This podcast may contain explicit language and maybe some other sexual things.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to G.A.S.E Radio, your home for gaming, anime, superhero news, and entertainment. Waft in and listen. Here are your hosts, Randy and Luigi. Excuse me.
And welcome to another episode of G.A.S.E Radio. Thank you again, as always, Darren, for the plug. www.marlarhouse.com, M-A-R-L-A-R house.com. Hire him for your professional voice artist needs. Watch Weird Darkness and Daily Dose of Weird News on his YouTube channel. Anyway, I am Randy Lee Beasley, and sadly, Luigi, he's out sick today. He has type 2 penis cancer. And we just thought it would be the best to keep him out of the studio, the dungeon, for a day, let him rest up and let his wiener heal correctly and everything. But today I got a special guest with me who's pretty much made every movie that I've made with me, and he's also made podcasts with me, Mr.
Dan Allen. I'm glad to be here today, Randy. You know, it's been a while since we did a podcast together, but this should be a lot of fun. This will be a great time. Yeah.
And let's give a little reintroduction to all the G.A.S.E fans. Over 500. Woo! Go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, Dan.
Hey guys, so I'm Dan Allen. I make films. I work on all sorts of different projects. But I've known Randy for a long time. Worked at the movie theater together. That was a great, well, I don't know. That was only 6 months for us together. But, you know, getting him in to see movies was a blast too. But
always fun.
Yep. Making movies, going to festivals, all the good stuff. Video directing at the moment.
Your website,
danallenfilm.com.
Right. Check that shit out. Hire him for all your professional filmmaking needs. We got two on here today. Got Darren and Dan. Hire them.
Oh, yes. Darren is excellent. I worked with Darren a couple years back on a short film of mine, and he did a phenomenal
Enter
job.
Film Fest. The Geek Out Film Fest.
I will.
20th.
I will. The only reason it's not submitted to your film festival yet is me being slow.
Hey, that's fine. Be as slow as you need. Film entries. Now I'm accepting features and shorts. I combine the Smoky Nights with the Geek Out, so it's going to be a longer festival. It's just
Excellent.
Like, I don't know. I'm going to at least accept 3 or 4 feature films, because technically they're not really anything over 45 minutes in like the film fest world is feature. So it's like I can get a couple of those in there. Why not go later? Like it's not that I work at Geek now. I'm the vendor coordinator for MightyCon. Like, I have a little bit more leeway and like more fun, get people to come out to the fest. So definitely submit your films. It's shared on PepperScar's Facebook page and G.A.S.E Radio's Facebook page. And I'm also trying to fund 2 short films. There's a bunch of plugs so far. There's no there's no news or anything yet. But
we swear you'll enjoy the rest of this right after we're done.
Yeah, I'm trying to fund 2 short films. I'm only looking for a low fee of $500, and any of the perks you get are for both films. I have some people in the woodwork who are going to be donating, and I appreciate that. Stu, thank you. This is your big shout out. Thank you for donating already. It's still got some time left. It's whatever you guys can donate. If not, it's still going to get made. It's just the more money I can get means less money comes out of my pocket, and I could hopefully do
better
which
quality
I have none right
production
now.
coming out of it.
Right. But anyway, let's kick things off G.A.S.E style. Dan and I will also be doing some Doom multiplayer live stream. You know how Luigi and we've been live streaming indie horror games that are only like 10, 15, 20 bucks. Fucking just like films, indie horror games in general are like the best games on the market.
Oh yes,
they're fucking great. So we've been doing that, but I'm like, every once in a while, you know, Doom has a 13-hour plus story mode. Plus you have to find all these secret Doom rooms where you can actually play old pieces of the old original Doom game, and after you beat the game, you actually have the original Doom unlocked. So that's like
classic.
So like I'm doing that. Like I just did the first stream. Fucking missed the first Doom room. Like we found, like I didn't play audio because I was just letting people experience the game and have the game's audio. You didn't hear me talking and you didn't see me, because PlayStation 4 you have the option, you can be seen and talk and play the game, which is fucking amazing. So much easier than hooking up all these cables.
Okay,
so
yes.
I did the first one, found the first Doom door, and I couldn't find the lever. But then at the end of the first live stream, I found the second Doom door, and you actually should. That's where I end the first live stream. But then I went back. I replayed the mission and found for the first Doom door, so I that's on the G.A.S.E Radio playlist on the PepperScar YouTube. But Dan and I will be doing part 2 or no, Dan and I will be doing the first part of the multiplayer. At least we'll be just destroying some nooblets online because it's so much fun. You actually have to your health doesn't regenerate. You actually, like classic Doom, you have to go find health while you're fighting these people. It's so awesome.
Yes, good. That's
it's
that's
very
always such a
unique.
cop out in all these modern multiplayer games that your health just happens to come back. There's nothing realistic about that.
It's like you can pick the best player, but if they don't have health, the shittiest player can kill them. That's
Right.
why I love Doom. But anyway, let's start this off. A great segue. We're going to be talking about gaming first. The G.A.S.E is gaming. Let's do it.
Pass me a controller and grab that beer. It's game time.
All right, let's go through the list here. We always have a giant list. Confirmed for next year, Star Wars Battlefront 2 on all next-generation systems will be about the new movies. Episode 8 and 7, and probably some extra content. They are confirming there will be at least a 7-hour story mode. Plus multiplayer. That was a lot of people's complaints with this new Battlefront that's out right now. I knew they said from the beginning it was going to be just multiplayer oriented, so it didn't bother me. But all these people who weren't paying attention to the details before the game came out were all disappointed that there's really not a single player campaign. There's single player missions, but no campaign. And I have the season pass for it. Cloud City, Bespin comes out soon. You get to play as Lando and all this stuff, and there's the Death Star, and then an untitled fourth one. So
You need the Death Star. You can't get by without the Death Star.
and they've been doing these costume updates. So like you play on any of the Hoth planets now, Luke isn't in black with his green saber. He's wearing his Hoth gear with his blue saber. So like they're like making it seem better. Certain maps you can also play as Greedo and now Nunub and all this other stuff. So they keep introducing new heroes and villains, and it's great. But I'm excited. It's funny that they're not going the prequel route. Like the original two Battlefronts.
They've completely gotten rid of episodes 1 through 3. They're not going to touch them at all.
Yeah, no, they're not doing anything.
The only part I'm sad of is it was always fun playing as the droideka. Just put up your shield and mow everyone down.
Yeah, I just don't. They're not interested in that shit. So
No.
there's going to be Force Awakens mostly based, plus like a little bit before that, a little bit after that, and then I'm sure they're going to have some Episode 8 hints in there, just like they had the Battle of Jakku on Battlefront now, where it was kind of like
Do you think they're going to have any Rogue One stuff in there?
possible. There's definitely going to be some callbacks for it because that takes place before Episode 4.
Right.
But it's like, why not fucking populate? Why not?
Right. I mean, even if it's not part of the main storyline, if it's even
some
part of like
hints.
the online battlefields.
Exactly. I'm sure they'll do something for it. But that's it for the battle. I'm very excited for Battlefront 2. I'm going to talk... We talked Doom already. I have a segment on here called Talk Doom. Luigi and I had a great time at the GameStop in Hanover Park off of Barrington and Irving. Great atmosphere. They got pizza for everybody. There's only like 5 of us. They didn't have to do it. They did. It's one of my favorite GameStops. So if any of you from GameStop over there in Hanover are listening, thank you again. It was just great atmosphere. Luigi and I, we just got... I got Pokemon Yellow and Red. He got Blue, like the classic first
Very
ever
nice.
games on our
Very
2DSs.
nice.
And then we were gonna get the collector's edition for Doom, but I got too cheap. And I was like, I'm gonna take my other $70 back. But him and I did that. We got the regular version of Doom, but we got some extra stuff you're not supposed to get because we're friends with the people at GameStop. I got like a box and tons of extra posters and the trading cards and stuff. It was great. We put extra money.
You didn't get it from them. It fell off the truck,
fell off
right?
the truck. Yeah,
right.
it fell off the truck.
Right.
So no one gets in trouble, even though I don't give a shit. You're not gonna get in trouble, but fuck you anyway. We both. I put money towards the new Pokemon Sun. He put money towards Pokemon Moon. That comes out in the fall. So it's like we're playing the first ever, and then we're expecting the newest in the fall. So that's just great. So kudos again to GameStop for making us spend money there. Disney Infinity, their little series where like how what is it, the monster games before that came out where you put what the hell are those called?
Oh, it's the Skylanders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney did their own thing where they had version 1 and version 2 and the version 3 introduced Star Wars. That is dead. They stopped production on that. They are not making any new ones. I guess according to the reports and everything I read, like it's not profitable anymore because there's so much saturation on the market. They just said fuck it. So
there's the Skylanders, there's the Wii Amiibos or whatever those are.
And now like Disney released a similar thing again just for Marvel Heroes, and it's kind of like taking away from their 2.0 was Marvel Heroes, 3.0 was Star Wars, so they're just losing money in the bigger market, and so they're chicaning it. It's done.
Wow.
So either shit's going to become really cheap. Oh, the demon's peeing in the background. It's either in the dungeon. It's either going to become really cheap or people are going to start hiking up prices. So get them now while you can. Get them now. Let's see here. I think I have a couple more things here for for video games. Nope, I don't. Dan, are you excited for Pokemon Sun and Moon?
You know, I haven't played a Pokemon game for a long time now. I never got the, I think I stopped playing Game Boy right before the Game Boy Advance came out. I had a 3DS for a short time that I found in the Lost and Found bin at the movie theater.
Ah, nice.
They didn't come back for it. I put my name down as if no one comes back for this after X amount of time, it's mine. One of the other managers tried stealing it from the Lost and Found bin before anybody claimed it. I'm like, hey, that's not yours, that's whoever's, and then it's mine. So you're stealing from two people at once, man.
Yeah.
I was very pissed off with him. But no, that console, would you even call a Game Boy a console?
It's a portable console.
Handheld console. Well, it crapped out after like 6 months. So still didn't get to play any I haven't played any Pokemon past Silver and Gold.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. The more recent, they remade the Ruby and Sapphire. I had Omega Ruby and I had Y and shit, and I beat those, and I don't know. It's for some reason Pokemon is still fun, and every time the graphics get better, I really hope they have a better character customization. You can either be a boy or a girl and have like 3 different outfits. I hope you can actually like make your character look like you. I mean, you have all this technology with the photos and shit. Like,
you get to customize your Pokemon so much. Why don't you get to customize yourself at all?
Exactly. Like, come on now, fix that shit. But yeah, that's it for gaming. So now we move on to the animated AssAss section, where we talk about animated films, anime, and anything in between.
Anime. Animated. Assholes? Possibly.
What are we doing? Oh! Here we go. Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z Super, whatever you like to call it. Future Trunks is coming back.
Ooh, love that character.
Trunks.
Love him.
Now, here's the thing. This Future Trunks has blue hair, not purple hair like we've seen him before. And the whole thing with Dragon Ball Super, especially right now in the arc, it's the other dimension tournament. There's different dimensions now. Here's the thing. Is this Trunks, Future Trunks from when we last saw him? Or is this a Future Trunks, or is this a Trunks in general, just from a different timeline with a similar background? Because you got to remember, the original Dragon Ball Z, Future Trunks, when we think he came back in time, it's quite possible that he just actually
came from another dimension.
Because think about this: when Future Trunks went back and fixed everything, and he got killed and brought back, and he was strong enough when he went back to the future after it was all said and done. Future was still desolate. No one else was alive. It was the same thing he left, but now he was strong enough to kill the androids and sell himself. Think about that, like.
Yeah, he had to be on like a different timeline, because if they changed their current timeline he went to, his timeline should have been fixed. Or he shouldn't have even been sent back in the first place.
Exactly, like he should have disappeared, or the timeline he went to should have been fixed. That is the key. Like, we don't know. We don't exactly know. It's just confirmed that he's appearing. It's just probably going to be a take on it, because what's going to happen? Majin Buu is still in that world the Future Trunks went back to in the original Dragon Ball Z. What happens when Majin Buu comes out? Like, what the fuck? Trunks is not going to be able to stop Majin Buu.
Yeah, all by himself.
Yeah, like, there's no one else. So, we don't know. And especially the fact that this Future Trunks' hair is Bulma blue instead of purple. We don't know who it is, but lots of speculation, lots of theories, like the dimension. Like, maybe it wasn't, Bulma didn't discover or create time travel. Perhaps it was actually dimensional travel. I'm sure that's how they'll explain it, because otherwise, what the fuck are they going to say?
I mean, how could you even tell if you made dimensional travel and it took you somewhere that looked like it was in the past? How could you even like measure that you were in a different dimension instead of a different time?
Exactly. Let's say it did take him to the past, but it's the past of a different dimension, not his own.
Right.
Because why wouldn't it just have taken him back to his past where he could have cured Goku? It was definitely a different world. So now it's kind of confirming older theories and starting new ones, and that's kind of what anime and all this nostalgia shit running through your head, like, that brings you back to the days when you would get on your bus and some kid would be like, oh, I found this Pokemon in Red, or I found this Pokemon in Crystal, and you're like, what? And then you would spend that weekend trying to find it, and you go back to school Monday and be like, you're a fucking liar, man, and you get in trouble for swearing. Let's see here. Ooh, for the first time in a long time, Gundam Iron and Blood Orphans will be coming to Toonami, which means we're finally getting another American adapted Gundam series on Toonami. The last one I remember, I loved Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yes.
I loved Gundam Wing and then the movie Endless Waltz. And I loved G Gundam, where they were actually fighting, like they're
right.
It was epic. The last one we had was like Gundam SD, where they were like mini Gundams.
Yeah, that was
shit. That was not cool to me.
That was their take on trying to make a comedy, and it was horrible. It was tragic.
And just like Japan does with all of their other shows and all their other games, like there's a bunch of Digimon games released over there. We luckily just got one recently, Cyber Sleuth, but like there's so many Gundam series in between the last time we saw it on Toonami and now. Don't expect it to be a sequel or anything.
I tried keeping up with all the different Gundam series there are, and it is very difficult.
Yeah, it's just
there
like
is
Power
a
Rangers.
lot.
There
yes,
might be 22
it's very
seasons
much like
American,
Power Rangers.
But there's like 62 seasons Japanese. They've been doing a lot longer. That's why when you watch Power Rangers and Zeo was the second series, the footage is older than the Mighty Morphin because Zeo was way before Mighty Morphin in Japan. So it's the same concept here. We're getting a new Gundam, and sure, the animation looks great. It's not really new to the Japanese or anything. It's new to Toonami. Especially if you watch, like Dan and I know we do, we watch anime from sites where it's even released an hour like after it airs in Japan. We know it's not new, but it's going to be cool seeing it Americanized for the American market on Toonami. Maybe we'll get some new toys.
There's so much difference too in like the dubbing sometimes. They really, change a lot of things to make it more American or make it more relatable. Or there's just certain jokes that don't translate well. Correct. References that don't translate.
Just like Luigi doesn't have penis cancer, he's just sick. We were just penis disease. He's sick, and we're just fucking poking fun at him for not being here. Don't. That's just a poor joke. He doesn't have dick. His dick's not falling off. Just he'll be back next week. He's just recuperating. Everyone gets a sick day. But yeah, that'll end the animated asshole segment. Not too much this week, But now we'll go to the superhero section, and there's a shit ton.
Yes, you're listening to the superhero section. I killed Miss Piggy and ate her bacon for breakfast.
Right off the bat, first and foremost, this is technically... No, I'm going to save this part for entertainment, but I will tell you it's technically also superhero news. But here we go. Kevin Smith, this is superhero news. Kevin Smith wants to write for Arrow, how he's wrote for The Flash, and he'll be back writing for The Flash this fall again. He wants to write for Arrow, and he wants to feature the villain he created for when he was on his comic book run for DC, Onomatopoeia. He wants to feature him in Arrow, and the main star of Arrow's like, he's embracing it. He's like, yes, loved Kevin Smith's Flash episode, have him come write for Arrow, let's get that villain in here, the first appearance of Onomatopoeia in live action. And of course, I'm a Kevin Smith fan, so I'm like, yes, let's see this. Let's have it happen now.
Definitely.
And Arrow really needs to be fixed up.
Does it? I've only seen through season 3 so far. Where did season 4 take us?
I haven't watched past season 3.
Okay.
We're on the same boat. We got too boring and too Felicity.
Everything with Felicity was.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. Flash is amazing, but fucking. I can't. Arrow just bugs me sometimes.
There were some parts I really did like about the 3rd season of Arrow, but everything, the drama with Felicity and the whole forbidden love story, and it just did not play out well. It did not, it didn't interest me. It didn't grab. It seemed like one of those things that they'd been trying to build up in the last 2 seasons before the 3rd, and even at that, it was not an interesting part of the story.
Right. Let's see. Anyway, let's horseshit. 100% horseshit. Let's see here. Supergirl has officially talking about Flash and Arrow. Supergirl is being officially moved to the CW.
Oh wow!
Which means we're gonna have easier crossover episodes now. We're not gonna have to worry about. Granted, they're similar networks and all this other shit. They're all in the same family. But like now that it's actually on the same network, it's so much easier because you're gonna be on the same backlots filming now. It's just like, okay, come on over. Like it's. a lot easier to have Supergirl be on the Flash and Arrow now, and vice versa, than have to fucking go through the process and bullshit to get them on a different network.
Right, just the communications that you have to go through to schedule something like that between two different studios like that.
Even if it's owned by the same bigger studio,
Right,
they're
right.
two different networks.
Right,
two
they're
different
completely
people,
separate. They
like,
have
running
their
it, exactly.
entirely own staff, their own producers, their own everything is separate.
Exactly. Let's see, what else do we got here? Funny, Wade Wilson, one of his predictions for Cable, Dolph Lundgren, is actually gunning for the role of Cable in Deadpool 2.
Excellent.
Which would be fucking hilarious, because he's like, in the first one, he's like, we're gonna have Cable, Dolph Lundgren, he's listing off all these people. I think he said Keira Knightley at one point.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely.
It's cool that Dolph's like, I want to do it, and honestly, he's perfect for it. Either him or the old ass Marine from the stupid fucking blue frog alien planet movies from James Cameron, Avatar.
Oh.
That old guy, Stephen Lang. Either Stephen Lang, or Dolph Lundgren. But I love Dolph Lundgren. He's fucking. I will break you. He's excellent.
He's excellent. Did you know he has I think 2 PhDs?
Yeah, he's smart as fuck.
He's super smart.
So that needs to happen right quack strap now. What'd I just say? Well, I don't know. What else do we have here? The DC show Powerless, which is essentially The Office, with superhero battles taking on in the backgrounds, and living in a world where superhero damage and destruction of fights take place. That is kicking into high gear. Trailer, I think a teaser was just released, and a big trailer is coming soon. I'm interested in watching it.
Oh yeah, I definitely have to look that up. I haven't even heard of this yet. Powerless?
Powerless. It's just described. The synopsis is it's The Office with superhero battles is essentially what everyone's saying. So it's like they're going to the office, and one day a hole can be blown through the building, and they're like, oh fuck, well we have to go home now. So it's funny stuff. I picture funny things happening here. Let's see. Agent Carter has been shit canned.
Oh boy.
So her death, spoiler, in Civil War that was it. Like, she's dead in Civil War. Don't expect to ever see her again. Unless fans are signing pensions to have Agent Carter picked up for Netflix, which is definitely possible because Netflix already has Daredevil, The Defenders coming, fucking Jessica Jones, the other dude, all this other shit. So, Power Fist.
Luke Cage,
that was the other dude I was talking about. It's possible, but for now, Agent Carter is for sure really dead. 2 seasons on ABC, and then you're dead in the cinematic universe too. So it's all one thing. I mean, in the movie, you're dead. So it's like, unless we get more flashbacks of Cap dancing with Peggy, the dance that never happened, we're probably not going to see her for a while.
Probably not.
Let's see here. Preacher on AMC, which was in development hell for such a long time, and it was saved by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. The teaser for that came out, small teaser, showing off the cast. That's amazing. Preacher's a fucked up comic. There is a character called Arseface, and his face looks like an arsehole. So that's interesting.
Very nice.
Right after the first episode premieres, the pilot, there's going to be Talking Preacher, like the Talking Dead and the Talking Saul, the Talking Bad, and Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and the main star and the producer will be on there. Another producer will be on there, so that'll be fun to watch with what's his name hosting it like he always does. I forgot his name.
Why am I spacing on his name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh wow.
What the hell is his name?
Wow.
Chris Hardwick.
Yes.
Chris Hardwick.
Yes.
He voices the Snake in Sanjay and Craig, and he started Nerdist, so he's like one of the kings of podcasting, so we should have known his name better. I'm sorry, don't kill us. Here's a more interesting bit of tidbit, because the rest of this news is mainly entertainment, even though it borderlines in other categories. This is the last bit of news for the superhero news, and it's very disappointing on Marvel's behalf. The Golden Child Marvel seems to have a dark hidden secret, and it's pissing a lot of people off. Apparently, Shane Black's directed Iron Man 3 was supposed to have a lead female villain, all the way to the point where right before filming started, like the day before production started, the company made them change the girl to a male. Like, the lead villain was supposed to be a girl. They changed it to a male for toy sales.
Unbelievable.
Like, with all this... No wonder why they're like, oh, a Black Widow movie is coming and we need more females, because they don't want this shit getting out. Well, it got out. They made them change the gender of a character just to sell more toys. And no offense, Iron Man 3 is one of the shittier movies.
Yes.
I don't think any toys sell. You can go to Walmart right now and get all the fucking Iron Man suits from Iron Man 3 for like $3 a pop because the toys didn't fucking sell anyway. So, Marvel, all this good praise I give you, that awesome Civil War review, you get a strike here now for being sexist. But yeah, that's shame on you, Marvel. Shame on you. We'll move into our next and final segment. Well, like I said, it has a bunch of stuff that borders on other segments, but this is the final segment. In episodes usually between 25 and sometimes up to an hour long. There's some weeks there's more material, some weeks all 4 sections have more material, but it's fun. You do it every week, doesn't matter how short it is, because you always hit everything. Let's move into the final segment, the entertainment segment.
Mach 2, Warp 7, entertainment, engage.
Okay, first off, fucking so exciting, even though my wife's more of a fan. Pitch Perfect 3's release date is July 2017.
Ooh.
There's some decent chicks in there, actors in that movie, so that would be that's gonna be fun for me.
Yes, very, very excellent large acting skills.
Yes, boobs. That's gonna be fun. Tom Hardy is confirmed to be in Episode 8 of Star Wars.
No way.
And the rumor was he's playing Boba Fett.
Wow. Wow.
Or at least maybe, like, I don't know, because Boba Fett, like, he was an unaltered clone, so he'd be pretty fucking old. He'd be as old as Luke and Leia, if not older. He'd be way older, because he's a kid in Episode 2.
Right.
So I'm thinking maybe it'll just be a new clone or something. I don't know. But
he made a clone of himself, so now it's the third generation clone of Jango
cool.
Fett.
That'd be cool, but I don't know. I
have to call him something else like Toga Fett.
Toga Fett. Boba Tea Fett. Something stupid. But I don't think you can have... I don't think it'll be the same. Unless they show an old-ass Boba Fett climbing out of the Sarlacc pit in like a flashback or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Boba Fett's dead, guys. Come on now. Tom Hardy is confirmed for the movie, but the age difference... What do they put fucking prosthesis on him? And prosthetics and shit? Make him old as shit?
Right.
Like, that doesn't work for me. Sorry, guys. But he is in the movie, which is great. The fucking Justice League 4D ride. Six Flags Great America. High five, because that's here in Illinois. It's like the Spider-Man ride in Islands of Adventure in Orlando.
I love that ride.
It's the same thing, but with Justice League. And it's right here, 40 minutes away at the Great America Six Flag Park here. It looks awesome. The trailer for that is out. They're also making a new coaster based on the Joker, where it rotates and flips like a Ferris wheel, like when you sit in a Ferris wheel. Safely, it rotates and flips as the actual coaster does loops and stuff.
What?
So we're getting 2 new coasters.
Wild.
DC themed, one the Joker, all crazy, and the other one's a 4D ride with moving and air blasting at you and stuff. Something they should have done with the Dark Knight ride.
Do they have like guns on that ride too? Did I see that in the trailer?
You did.
So like you actually you're
actually
participating in the ride. You're not
something
just on
you
the
don't
ride.
do in the Spider-Man ride.
Right.
Yeah, it's a mix of the Spider-Man ride, DC characters, and that Men in Black ride at Universal theme parks where you're shooting. It's almost like laser tag in a buggy. It's awesome. Looking forward to that shit for show. Also, Godzilla 2, the sequel to the Bryan Cranston only in it for 10-minute movie, has been put on hold. Nothing wrong or anything, because they're doing King Kong versus Godzilla first.
Oh.
A rematch, a reboot, if you will.
Oh.
And
big stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully, they're gonna have to reboot the Kong movies, because if it's Kong the size he was in the Peter Jackson movie, as opposed to the Godzilla,
no competition, right?
Yeah, Godzilla's gonna step on the fucking...
Kong would have to like climb inside his mouth and like I don't know, punch. Yeah. Just have him choke on him or something.
Yeah, so that doesn't work. You guys need to fix your shit. But the release date for it has already been announced, May 29th, 2020.
I think they're gonna make King Kong the size of Hawaii.
They need to do something. Megabots, they are making real giant fighting robots for a real giant fighting robot league.
No way. Because I knew they had that competition, America versus Japan, but
It's actually going to become its own thing now.
no way.
Like
That's
UFC,
incredible.
but with robots. So that's
I
fucking cool.
would pay
One
to see
step
that.
closer to real Gundams.
That I would pay to get tickets to see that in person.
Let's see here. I'm going to do the rant thing close to the end, but fucking ABC, or Freeform as they call it now, a lot of shows have been canceled this week. Let me talk about Agent Carter being canceled. They also canceled Nashville.
Really?
They canceled The Muppets. And I know there was some drama in between the first half of the first and the first seasons. Like, they wanted to tone it down. It was too adult for some fans and whatever. But yeah, that's canceled. I'm sure it'll come back, or they'll come back in some
The Muppets
form.
are never truly dead.
Yeah,
They'll
exactly.
get a movie or something. If the movie does well, maybe they'll get another 7th TV show.
Right. And then Castle is also canceled.
Oh.
Starring Nathan Fillion.
I'd heard some of the story with that was I forget who the character is, but the woman that plays his love interest. It sounded like a lot of fans were rooting for her to start becoming the main character of the show, and Nathan Fillion was jealous of this, and so I heard he was trying to get her off the show. Himself, he was trying to get her off the show, and that sounds like a lot of what could have played into this being canceled.
Yeah, that seems crazy. Now, I've heard Nathan Fillion is he's Canadian, he's really polite, awesome guy. So I don't know if he would do that, but then again, we don't know the fucking guy.
Right.
So he could have been.
Nathan, if you want to reach out to us for an interview to set the story straight, feel free to get a hold of us.
But right now, we're saying you're a dick.
Exactly.
So eat a dick. Let's see here. Super Troopers 2 released their official poster. I actually donated to their Indiegogo like 2 years ago, so I'm happy to see the movies finally coming out, and they're going to a bunch of film fests and whatnot. I'm very excited for Super Troopers 2. The first one's hilarious. It's a cult comedy classic. Bring it on. Bring some more. Nintendo is getting into the movie business finally. They're actually going to start making their movies. The first one within the next 3 years. They're going to be making their own movies.
You're telling me they didn't make Mario?
Nope. Nope. Super Mario Brothers. Rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. Nope. They're actually going to do it. I don't know if they're going to be licensing any property to America, or if they're just doing the Japanese versions of it like they do for the horror movies, like they had The Ring versus The Grudge and whatever. So we'll see. That's promising. That means, the American studios are already battling over the live action Pokemon movie that's floating out there. So maybe they are doing American stuff. I would love to see a rebooted Mario movie. They can do so much with that universe and world. They can have a shared.
They have
Nintendo
so many
universe.
Characters that they could easily. Oh, that would be something.
Can you imagine if they did the same thing as Marvel? They made everyone their own movie, and then they did a Smash Brothers movie or something.
Oh my gosh,
you never know.
That'd be so strange. Like, how would you even make a Smash? Like, what would the plot for a Smash Brothers movie?
A villain would just fucking be taking over all the realms or whatever, and they would have
it would be like superheroes versus villains for Nintendo characters.
Right, but then they would all have to team up in the end to fight the big bad, and they would have to kill off people like Squish.
Ganon and Bowser and all of them have made their evil posse, and they're kidnapping every single princess that ever existed, except they turn out kicking ass and they don't actually get kidnapped or something.
Mm-hmm. Something crazy has to happen, but that we could actually be seeing that happening. The Transpotting 2 sequel is released a teaser for it today, and stars Obi-Wan Kenobi and McGuire and all this good stuff. I love the first one. I'm looking forward for the second one. Never expected a sequel, and that's cool that we're going to be getting one. And I'm going to go through the list here, because it looks like we've hit everything, except for the final thing. Yeah, this is the last thing, and I'm going to end this episode on a rant before we do our sign-off. The Assassin's Creed movie trailer dropped. Awesome trailer, especially if you watch the fucking fan edits that came out 10 minutes after the real trailer came out, because the trailer has a fucking crap Kanye West song, I Am God, playing in it. And it just... I'm not the only one who's upset. Many are upset by it. I know Luigi was upset by it. Sure, I guess maybe the song sorta kind of makes sense, but he's not a god. He's in a fucking the Anubis is like a fucking giant claw that hooks into him like Matrix style. So
the song just doesn't feel like it matches the period at all. Like, you could have just taken the music even from the very first Assassin's Creed game, and you could have gotten by just fine.
Exactly. I personally think they should have used "Burn My Shadow" by Uncle. They did for the trailer for Assassin's Creed 2, I believe. You can fact check me on it. I don't give a shit. But that was perfect for the game trailer, so they should put that in the movie. And this is going to go into one of my rants.
Oh, fucking hell! You are now listening to Randy's Rants.
Bring it on.
Why the fuck do you people think Kanye West is some fucking amazing, crazy artist? Maybe some of his early stuff was okay, but when he starts fucking referring to himself really as God, and then you want to put this fucking song, I Am God, in a trailer, how fucking full of shit up your asses are you? This is fucking ridiculous. There are so many other songs, so many better fucking artists than this piece of fucking shit that you could have used in this movie. Even if you just played a little piano, would have been better. The fan edits, the music, it was like fucking free play music. They used that, but at least they had the dignity to put the fucking monster truck that's driving by in the background. They had the dignity to fucking put the damn eagle sound effect when he's jumping off the fucking building in the end into the trailer. What are you fucking editors doing? Some asshole is probably sitting there, some fucking hipster piece of shit was like, we need to put Kanye in this trailer. And then, no, fuck your mouth, fuck your mother, fuck it up his ass. I hate Kanye West. He's a bad person. His fucking music to me sucks. I don't know. And it's not race, and it's not fucking genre of music, because I love all colors of people, and I love all forms of music. This guy's just a piece of shit. And his fucking wife is a hobbit. End of rant. Very quick rant. I usually go in, thank you. I go longer sometimes. Sometimes it's quicker. It's just, it really fucking irked me and bothered me. I haven't had a rant for a couple episodes. Of course, Kanye West had to ruin a fucking Assassin's Creed trailer, because that you're going to get a rant for that shit for sure.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts on anything we've talked about, Dan?
This was a great time. Thanks for having me here. I'd love to come back sometime in the future.
Come back as a guest and listen to me and Luigi rant and have fun. That's fun shit.
Totally. I'll be sitting in the background and I'll do the Svengoolie and I'll throw rubber chickens at you guys.
Sounds great. Well, this has been
Dan Allen,
our special guest, and Randy Lee Beasley. Luigi, get better, and take it away, Darren.
You've been listening to G.A.S.E Radio.